Well, what's going on, everybody? I'm Tim,
This is
and
Dom.
welcome to another episode of Reviews in Black. If you haven't already, make sure that you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. Make sure you hit the bell down low, subscribe, and leave comments so we can get back to you. Today, we're going to be talking about...
Fantasy Island,
Yeah.
which is a Blumhouse production, came out this year, featuring Lucy Hale, who is from Pretty Little Liars. She was also in Truth or Dare, which was a very creepy movie. Maggie Q, Michael Pena, shout out to him, I
Yes.
love him. Portia Doubleday, Jimmy Yang, who is in Silicon Valley and something else.
My dude, Michael Rooker, who plays the same
Yes.
character in every movie he's in.
Everyone, the creepy guy.
Every last one.
And a few others to mention. But again, Blumhouse film, kind of a sci-fi-ish thriller about a group of people who supposedly win a contest and get to this magical island where all of their fantasies come true. And
With the twisted end.
yeah, but
to
little
the fantasy.
exactly, little they know it twists their fantasy. So, what do you think?
My honest opinion about the movie?
Yeah, that's what we're here for,
I
right?
guess so. I didn't like it.
Okay.
I didn't like it. I like Blumhouse, and I think this is one. I guess this is the one I just don't like from them.
Okay. What didn't
It's
you?
it's
Was it
okay,
the
so
story,
it-
the characters?
well.
was
First
it-
of all, it you from the previews you thought it was gonna be, like a really, I guess, a more intense thriller than it actually was. Kind of scary, you thought.
Okay.
To me, it came across as one of those cheesy horror films you find at the bottom of Netflix.
He said it.
I did, and I like. If those who know me, I like scary movies. I like horror movies, and that just didn't do it. You had no real background of the characters. It literally starts off with them pretty much getting off a plane.
Okay.
You
It
know,
does.
I think the storyline was a little fragile. You know, it was barely held together. They did a decent job trying to put the storyline together during the middle of the movie, and you're piecing things together. But yeah, I didn't like it.
Okay. Well, I don't think it wasn't as bad to me. Now, granted, I probably fell asleep for like 10 minutes because it did get a little slow in the middle. It got a little slow in the middle. But I mean, for the most part, I think
watched the whole movie.
Yeah, what the story? To me, it wasn't that it was bad. I don't know if it sounds like to me, Tim, you were saying that you thought it was gonna be more like a horror movie.
I thought it was gonna be a typical Blumhouse movie.
Okay, well,
You know?
I thought it was gonna be a thriller. I didn't necessarily expect horror out
Well, yeah.
of it, but I kind of suspected, I guess, that kind of sci-fi-ish thriller version. So I think I kind of took the story in a different way. I do agree that you jump straight into the movie. Like, it literally opens up and, you know, they're landing on a plane, there's the island, and kind of everything gets started. And so, but I do feel like you kind of learned about the characters as they went along. So it kind of puts me in the mind of, what's that movie we watched? It kind of put me in the mind of how 1917 told their story, right? Like how they just started,
Yeah, it's like a bad attempt at
but you learn the
that
characters.
strategy.
Yeah, well, it's different though, because they had several different characters who they kind of had to play that thing on. So you learned about these characters through their fantasies. To me, so each and every character had their own individual fantasies, right? Apparently, they had to fill out these questionnaires and land on this island, and then their fantasies are supposed to happen. And you learn each kind of the complexities of each character through their fantasies. And so, in learning those initially at a first kind of glance, you think one thing about them, and then you kind of realize that, you know, low key, they all have a bit of a connection with this one event, which is why all of them ended up there. And so, I don't know. I mean, I think it was I wouldn't say it was a bad attempt. I kind of like learning about them through their fantasies. I think the storyline could have used a few things here and there to maybe pull it together, but I didn't think it was too bad. I didn't really. I liked the ending and I didn't like the ending. It was okay. I did think it had a little cute part on there to kind of reference.
Yeah.
If anybody knows, kind of like that old classic. Was it Family Robinson? Robinson Family, or was it called Fantasy Island? The old classic film that was kind of before this, way back in the day. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna put it somewhere so I can act like I know what I'm talking about. But it's another film that references two characters, kind of two things that at the end and kind of paid an ode to, which I thought was cute. But I mean, for the most part, I didn't think it was too bad. It was okay.
I mean, they did decent jobs with some of the characters as far as telling their stories.
Yeah.
And everything, but I think it was more focused on, I guess, the main characters, where they wanted to make sure they told their stories, and everybody else was just kind of up in there and tell a piece, and y'all just put it together towards the end.
Okay. Pause. So before I say this next bit of statement, I'm just gonna give you guys a second because I gotta go into a spoiler because I kind of want to delve in this a little bit more, so I want to understand. So if you haven't seen the movie, just fast forward a little bit. We'll put what number to fast forward to catch back in and not get the non-spoiler stuff. Okay. All right. So who are you referencing though? Because you had the girl you had the woman who missed up her opportunity to get married.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because she was holding on to guilt.
On her story.
They did, because she was the one that kind of made everybody understand how to bring it together. Right, why everybody was there. You have the two brothers, right? The two brothers. Their fantasy was just to have everything. They were kind of like your jockey guys. But in the midst of them having everything, you also understood that the one guy was gay, and his brother sacrificed his life to be able to look after his little brother.
Yeah.
Right? And then so, and the little brother was like, no, you don't have to do all that. And the old big brother was like, no, we good. Like, it's going to be me and you. You sleep on the couch, it's going to be us. And the little brother's like, but you don't have to do that. Like, I want you to live. I feel like you've sacrificed so much for me, in light of our parents, your career, your life for me. Right? So you got that dynamic. You have the one who was in the military, who wanted to be a hero. But then you kind of learned that his dad, he wanted to be a hero because his dad was in the military. His dad left one day, never came back, so he got put back into the scenario where he really discovered that he thought he wanted to be a hero in the military, but really his thing was that he wanted to see his dad again. So you got that complexity. Who else we missed? Then you got old girl who was the one who ended up being a villain. She wanted to get revenge, right? But the revenge wasn't just on the girl who she was shocking. It was really on everyone. So all of her fantasy was really set up to be a ploy, right? And then you have, who else? You got the old dude, Brooker. He was just there because he was the detective. He was sent there to figure stuff out. And then
exactly. So speaking of him, so he was sent there by the CIA or whoever the case may be
he was just a private eye.
Pretty much a private eye to figure out what's going on with this island, which means this island is already known about. Okay, why are they investigating this island? First off. Second of all, you got the husband and wife. Only thing you know is the hotel, the guy who runs the hotel.
Okay.
Michael Pena and his wife, what's her name, Parissa Fitzhenley. Only thing you know about them two is that she died. He brought her to the island so she can come back, but they got to constantly.
They were looking for the island. Remember, he told the story about how they had heard about this island where anything was possible, and so they were adventurers. It was really her idea. They were adventurers and they were looking for this island. She died before they found the island. When he found the island, his wish was to bring her back, but because he brought her back, he could never leave.
Right.
And so his thing was to be a slave to the island. But he said in the beginning that they had heard about this island in tales because they were like adventurers. And that's why they set up to find the island.
I still think it's surface
information
on them. Then get all these guys that work in the hotel with them. Who are they? Who are the guy in the mask with his mouth, with his lips?
That was part of their thing. That was part of her fantasy. The what's her name? Lucy's. Because she said that she used to go see the psychologist and he wouldn't stop talking and all she wanted to do was staple his mouth shut. Okay. So that was him. That was staple mouth shut guy. And then the people that were at the island, Michael Pena said that all those people at the island came and they served the island so they can live their fantasies. That's why they haven't left. I paid attention.
Okay.
That's okay.
To me, I know all that stuff. I just think it's surface.
Yeah, like I said, I kind of got the.
All that stuff
it came full
from
circle to me.
Yeah, all that stuff just came from a conversation.
So what more would you have wanted to see?
Like you see some of the stuff they have flashbacks on the lady Maggie Q's life.
Right, because that was wrapped into her memory.
It was mapped into her memory, into her fantasy.
Okay.
They even had flashbacks of the army guy and his dad. But then you got the two brothers, the Asian guys.
Well, they didn't necessarily have flashbacks. It was ingrained in his fantasy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
but the same
thing with her. But they told a story, but they also showed the flashback.
Right, because hers was she was getting memories that she didn't have.
But
that's
like
why
the
you
twins,
got flashbacks.
but the twins, like you have no, not the twins, the brothers. Like you have no emotional attachment to the emotions they were going through, for one sacrificing or putting his life on hold for the other. All you have is conversation, hey, I did this for you, and that's pretty much it. That's all you know about it.
But it kind of comes full circle there too.
When it comes to the opposite side, I'm talking about you get nothing about the other brother, the who actually did. The brother he ends up saving his life.
Okay, help me. Which one? Because to me, you get the story that he came out, the Jimmy Yang, his character, he came out that he was gay, right? His parents disowned him. In defense, the big brother was like, don't worry about it, I got you. And then,
all that come about by conversation.
Right, but then it still continues to come full circle when you push the story forward and their fantasy gets twisted. How the older brother, even with the younger brother saying, no, you don't have, I want you to go live your life. You've done so much for me, I'll figure it out. The older brother sacrificed himself to save his younger brother, dies, right? So it's still that dynamic. That's their whole story. Is the younger brother wants the older brother to live, but the older brother is sacrificing being defensive big brother. And then how at the end it comes on back around. Because Yang is like, you know what? I want my brother to go home. Like I'm grateful that I'm here, but I want my brother to go home. He sacrificed so much for me. It's my turn. And now he sacrifices himself to stay on the island so his brother can go home.
Yeah, it still don't suffice for me.
Okay. I mean, I'm just saying how I can see how it makes sense. I'm not refuting.
I'm not saying it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
I'm just saying I would like to look more into the story. I would like to see their past. I would like to go through that emotional journey they went through versus just going through a conversation.
I mean, and that's how long was this movie? The movie was only like an hour. It was almost 2 hours. An hour and 50 minutes. You wanted like 45 more minutes.
That's not the first time a movie's been done when they got information from everybody else moving it was just that long.
So I kind of got every character's story, their perspective, and everything. So again, to me, it made sense. Not to say that
I didn't say it didn't make sense.
Right, I get
it does make sense.
Yeah, I mean, I connected with them a little bit more and kind of understanding and flowing with their story a little bit more. And again, not to say that I'm refuting you, because how you watch it is how you watch it, of course. But I got it.
Okay.
But it wasn't bad. It was what it was. So, in terms of rating, what would you rate this movie?
I would rate it that you can wait.
Okay. Get ready to get wait.
It wasn't horrible. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't horrible, but it's just like I said, it just fits like one of those B-rated movies that's like on Netflix.
Okay. I mean, but you also have great movies on Netflix, like
you do.
Underground 9.
Would I watch it on Netflix? I sure would.
And would you think if it was a great movie on Netflix, if you watched it on Netflix?
I would think it's a good movie.
If you watched it on Netflix. Like, you wouldn't be disappointed to watch it on Netflix, but you just wouldn't want it to go to the movies to see it. Okay, that's fair. I would say go see it at the movies. I think it's one of those movies where, like, if you just want to get out the house, it's you and Bae, and y'all want to go see something.
And ain't nothing else playing on the movie theater.
I don't think it's bad. And to me, I think it's a great conversation piece because it leaves you to question, like, what's your fantasy? How could that be twisted up? What would you sacrifice? Kind of what you know what I mean? I didn't think it was bad. I think some of this
movie was in your dream.
When I was sleeping?
While you were sleeping through this movie. I think she just woke up on the good parts. She was sleeping in the movie theater. That might help you out.
And for like 10 minutes. It got slow in the middle. I didn't say it wasn't like 30 minutes.
Bro, you was out. I told
you.
Was
not.
I kept waking you out. I put candy in your mouth.
It was alright.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I think you go to the movies and see.
But let fate determine it out.
Hold your thing up so people can see your thing so you don't cheat. And ready.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
And go ahead, go to the movies, go see it. Get out the house. Go enjoy it.
And let me know what you think, and if you agree or disagree.
Yeah, absolutely. Be sure you comment. Make sure you
And
subscribe.
let me know how much you spent at the movie theater too. To go see it.
Or speaking of, if you just join the AMC A-list, if you have an AMC in your area, just join the A-listers club for one low price of some change, like $20-something. You can see 3 movies a week. So if you go to the movies even twice in a month, that takes up all the time. That takes up your
And
money,
if you,
major funds.
I'm gonna say this: if you subscribe to the A-listers and
if you already
if
subscribe,
you already subscribe,
or
if you go ahead and subscribe,
Yeah.
you know, let us know. Comment in comments below, and if you're in our area, we might even add you to our entourage.
We love to go to the movies with you. Again, AMC theaters. If you have one in your area, join our A-list and then let us know. Join our entourage. We just want to know what's up. You go into the movies. That gives us more to dialogue about when you subscribe to this channel, when you join us on Facebook, and when you join us on Instagram. So I think that's all we got for now.
Yeah, that is it.
All right. We'll see y'all at the movies.
See you later.